Hey, family. Sending you guys some peace, love, and healing on this beautiful month of Ahaba. Yes, on the Nasarean calendar, it is the month of love. Just in time, right? For February. Makes you think where they got these things from, right? But anyway, yes, I am. Yes, I am about to do another video on Queen of Sheba. This one should be titled The Queen of Seven. So we're going to read from a part of the Glory of Kings that we've skipped over, but it's very important because to understand what the Queen of Seven is, you must understand what the seven Sephiroth are and where they are at. So we're going to read that, and then we're going to get right into the Solomon and Sheba story. It is exciting and juicy, so get ready. You ain't heard this like this before, I guarantee you. So, all right, here on this little Google search, it says the name Sheba is derived from the Hebrew word Shiva, which means seven or oath. Okay, so that's what we're told in the Megillah too, that Sheba means seven. So she's called the Queen of Seven. When you say the Queen of Sheba, you're actually saying the Queen of Seven. Okay, now in the Megillah, we're told that Sephiroth upon the tree of life are found upon you. For the tree is within you and all around you. Yea, you are the Sefer Chayam, the book of life. And only when you read yourself will you know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Many Nazareans have attained the initiatic level of Queen of Seven, Queen of Sheba, but only Hanukkah has been given the title Queen of the Ark. It says, I tell you truly, it is the same when we speak of the Queen of Sheba. The wise know of whom we speak. Yea, they know we speak of Hanukkah, the adopted daughter of Enoch. Yes, because there are many, many kings and queens of Sheba. I was even doing a little bit more research online, and I saw that they had this whole thing about Queen of Sheba, fairy tale or fact. And somebody did some research and found out that there was a bunch of queens of the Arabs, right? And they were going to battle with this Tilgath Pilsner and Sargon. So that kind of matched up to me because this is what the Queen of the Ark was telling David and Solomon about. They were mixed with the bloodline of Sargon. And we're told in the Megillah that that bloodline comes straight from Lucifer. He preserved his seed so he could seed himself on many worlds. And this Sargon bloodline was his offspring. Okay, so that was pretty telling. But they say that they connect these queens with this place called Saba, an ancient kingdom called Saba. All right, so just wanted to clarify in the Holy Megillah, when we say the Queen of Sheba, we're talking about Hanukkah, the adopted daughter of Enoch. All right, because there's many people with that title, right? But she's the only one that's been given this mission. So let's hear what she says to Solomon. It's pretty interesting. So chapter 5, that starts on page 325, the story of Sheba and Solomon. In the manner that Sheba visited David to reveal his Nazarean roots, but was rejected, so did she visit his son Solomon. Yea, after David died and Solomon became king, ageless Sheba sent a letter from Cush telling Solomon that she was coming with a great gift. The letter was delivered by her courier, a Nazarean lion. The courier told Solomon, I bring a letter from the Queen of Seven, Sheba the wise. Solomon read the letter and then asked the courier, who is this Sheba that brings me a great gift? Is she of royal blood that you call her queen? The courier replied, my lady is not a queen in the manner of the world, but a queen of wisdom. She is the wisest woman in the world, wiser even than any man. Now, Solomon had long cultivated his own reputation for wisdom, and the bold words of the courier angered him, for lo, no woman could equal him in wisdom. What an outrage! Solomon considered having the courier put to death for speaking such blasphemy, but not only was Solomon angry, he was also curious. What great gift would this Shebah bring him? If he killed her courier, she might withhold the gift, so he would not kill the courier, at least not yet. Although she could not equal his own wisdom, if she proved to truly be the wisest of women, he would make a baby with her. For lo, a child from the wisest man and the wisest woman in the world would be a worthy successor. Solomon inwardly smiled at his own brilliancy. He said to himself, "O Solomon, your wisdom is equal only by your strength and beauty." He said to the courier, "Tell your queen of wisdom that I will receive her." Then he said, "You say she is wise. Is she also beautiful?" The courier replied, "She is the most beautiful of all women." Solomon said to himself, "If that is true, I will have my way with her, even if she be a dullard." The next day, the pompous Solomon received Shebah in his finest room. He was dressed in his finest clothes and surrounded by servants and guards. He said, "Your beauty was not overrated, but your wisdom is suspect. For lo, you have traveled a long distance with no guards to protect you. Even your courier carries no weapon." Sheba replied, "I need no guards, for I guard myself. I carry no weapon, for I am a weapon." Solomon laughed, then said, "What sort of weapon are you?" Sheba answered, "I am a sword of truth." Enjoying the exchange, Solomon mocked, "A sword of truth is no defense against robbers." Sheba replied, "I have nothing to rob, but I have much to give." Remembering the great gift she had promised him, he said, "Since you came with empty hands, perhaps robbers took my gift?" She answered, "I have a great gift for you, and it is with me." Solomon said, "Indeed, you brought me a gift, and it is wrapped in a hemp robe." Then he ordered all of the servants and guards out of the room, including Sheba's courier, for he desired to take this woman. Yea, she would herself be his gift. The guards and the servants waited outside the door to Solomon's room. They smiled knowingly, for their king was master of all women and took them whenever he desired. And he desired to have women often, typically several per day. Though he married some, indeed, he now had 50 wives. Most he just used once and discarded without marriage. For as he often joked, even a king cannot support 1,000 wives. Alone with Sheba in his room, Solomon disrobed. He told her, "You will be my gift." He tried grabbing Sheba to disrobe her, but she stepped to the side and he fell to the floor. He got up and tried to tackle her, but again she moved, and again he tumbled to the floor. Hearing the noise, the king's guards smiled. One guard said to another, "The king is having his way with her." The other laughed, then said, "He has his way with all women." But inside the king's room, unseen by his guards, Solomon was not having his way with Sheba. His attempt to rape her gained him only bruises. Worse than his bruised body was his bruised ego. For behold, Sheba was a master of Zion, and Solomon soon realized why she traveled without guards. Finally, he gave up his quest, saying, "You are not worthy of the honor I have attempted to bestow on you." Sheba replied, "I desire not that honor, and I came not to receive, I came to give. Now, I will give you my gift." For a moment, Solomon feared that the gift would be another beating. He considered calling to his guards for help, but greater than his fear of another beating was his fear of losing face in front of his guards. They must not know that he was defeated in battle by a woman. He decided not to call the guards. Then he perceived that Sheba did not intend to beat him, for she sat down and began to speak. "O Solomon the vain, would you like to be Solomon the wise?" He replied, "Already I am renowned for my wisdom." "What wisdom do you bring?" Sheba answered, "I bring you the greatest wisdom, which is self-wisdom. For behold, I bring you the truth about who you are." Then Sheba taught Solomon his Nasarean roots, that he was of the line of Abraham, and she revealed that he was also of the line of Sargon, son of Lucifer, through Delilah, mother of Shemuth. She said, "Now you have a choice. Stay in this palace with your fine clothes, servants, meat, and gold, and be a worldly king, or leave it behind and become a spiritual king. The choice is yours. Solomon did not even take time to consider his choice. He said, "Of course I will stay here. I am renowned for my wisdom, not my foolishness. If I abandon all of this, I would be the world's greatest fool. Now leave before I have you killed." Yeah, they did not receive Queen of Sheba, David, nor Solomon. But it helps you to understand what was going on with David and Solomon. They had the bloodline of Lucifer and the bloodline of the seventh heaven of this galaxy. They had two different galaxies. That must have been tough. I'm not, vouching for any of the stuff they did, but I'm saying I can understand it now a little bit better. But they both dismissed Sheba. They didn't want nothing to do with their Nasarean roots. Okay, so real quick, one last thing. We skipped over this in the story about Sheba and Samson, but she was telling Samson a lot of good information that we need to know about to this day. So I just want to add it on here. Another gem from the Queen of Sheba. She said that Delilah's father, I told you his name was Mo Cash, right? That he's not only a master trap setter, he's a master liar, and that he was found to be an agent of the Order of Lucifer. And she says that religion is our ancient nemesis and serves Satan. And the reason why Hanukkah knows all of this stuff is because she told us that she was the Sarah on that galaxy that experienced the very first Luciferian rebellion. So she knows how they work. She knows what they do and how they do it. And so I want to read this last part that she was telling them the reason why they didn't kill him, because Samson was like just freaking out. He said, why if they're devils and work for Lucifer, why didn't they kill me? And she said with a serious voice, "Know this, Samson. There are far worse things than physical death, and there are far worse things than the death that an enemy might plan for a Nazarean. Lo, you are not only a Nazarean lion, you are the son of the Yair, and you are of the royal bloodline of Abraham and Sarah. To kill you is little sport for the Luciferians. You will just be given another body by the Lord and the lady. But to convert you to their way, now that is great sport indeed. Not only do they enjoy that sort of sport, they feed from it. For behold, they are a nasty sort of parasite. Every time you stumble, they feed. Every time you feel pain or cause pain, they feed. Every step into darkness you take, they feed. Any human being is to them a potential meal, but Nazareans are a potential feast, and you with your lineage are a potential feast of feasts." Listen what she says. This is the most important part. "But they need not convert you to great darkness to have victory. Behold, if they but help you stumble enough that you forget your mission and become an average human being, they win. For in so doing, they prevent you from performing the mission you were given before birth." Yes, because Samson was from that seventh heaven bloodline of Abraham, and they're on missions to redeem this world but this definitely reminded me of the prodigal son. The part where Sheba said, "Abraham will have the last laugh, for from the very bloodline they believe subverted will come forth a king who will in his last days awaken. And when he awakens from his lifelong slumber, so will the fallen line of Noah be redeemed. Yea, the fallen line will come to an end, but not before redemption." And so we're talking about souls being redeemed here in this galaxy that are from other galaxies. I tried to tell you I couldn't think of a word, but it's just something really big is going on here, bigger than we could ever imagine. Remember, it's a pattern. And like it says, it unfolds, and each time, like each spring, is greater than the last one. So let's watch these patterns. So, and there's the pattern of the prodigal son, the parable given to us by Yeshua in the King James Bible. Remember, there's two brothers, though. And in this story, the younger brother goes and squanders his inheritance. And then after he's living really poor, he says, forget this, I'm going back to my father. And he was going to apologize. And the older brother was upset. We got to get our hearts in the right place. This older brother's heart was not in the right place. I think he was more angry with how his father acted. He was like, you never gave me a kid that I might make merry with my friends. But the father explained to the older son, everything I have is already yours. So what a beautiful parable this is, because the father was just so happy. He was like, it's like my son is back from the dead, man. Yeah, I'm going to celebrate. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.